Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Jaw Jackin. James McQuiggan with the super chat coming in. Bryson Board is quite the character and has a ton of experience and someone to listen to, especially when it comes to purple team and an OT, which can apply to all industries. Hashtag Beer ISAC member. Thanks for the super chat, James.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Everybody, the next 30 minutes is going to be all about good times. Ask me anything. Cybersecurity questions abound. I get DMs all the time. This is the time to ask those questions. We're going to crowdsource the answers. I'll share resources. But before we get into the hot ASMR cyber talk, we need a community challenge volunteer. Who would like to be the Simply Cyber Community Challenge baton holder today? Take care, Natalie Garrett. Thanks for the squad membership. All right, guys. We need someone to carry the baton. After dark, Rihanna and Andre. Yes, absolutely. We have good times here. We have good times. Jaw Jackin. Chia. How do you feel about the SANS certs 275-401? Well, I will tell you the following. Zero Grayman. Let me pull up this really quickly. SANS cert 275 Foundation. Okay, this is the GIAC. Okay, let me see if I'm sharing the right screen. I'm not. You get to see how the sausage is made. This is the production monitor. So let me fix that really quickly. So this is SANS 275, SANS 401. Where is it? Let's do SANS 401 as well. And then I'll give you my honest take on it, okay? Okay, network endpoint. Okay, so here's the deal. I believe SANS education is excellent. SANS education is really well done. It is expensive. Kyle Dorfler. Kyle, can I get a pronunciation key on your last name? I'd love to say it correctly. Kyle Dorfler gets the baton. Let's go, Kyle. Okay, so check it out. SANS education, super valuable. If you get the certification, good on you. If I see SANS training on a resume, it does get my attention. SANS is super valuable. Now, having said that, SANS is wicked expensive, so it's cost prohibitive. And it's part of the reason why, spoiler alert, anti-siphon training, when they say they're disrupting the traditional cybersecurity training industry by providing high-quality, cutting-edge education regardless of financial position, we're looking at you, SANS. SANS is like $7-8 a class. But listen, the trainers at SANS, Eric Capuano, John Strand, Mick Douglas, Don Weber, Bryson Bort, like they are the top creme de la creme trainers. So you are getting dope education. It's just, you hope your employer pays for it. So to finally answer your question, the cert is fine. The training is great. I don't even know if the GIAC is on the DoD 8570. If you're doing it for HR purposes, you can get the Sec Plus for a lot cheaper, but it's good. All right, here come the questions coming in hot. Not a deep fake. By the way, Not a Deep Fake started a YouTube channel. Go check it out. Not a Deep Fake. Can you drop a link to that? Hold on one second. Let me do it. Not a Deep Fake. Kids. Oh my God. I don't even want to Google. Jesus. Your name, I can't. I'm not going to Google Not a Deep Fake Kids. Unfortunately, there's been an uptick in really crappy content out there or scary CSAM stuff. But anyways, Not a Deep Fake released a YouTube channel and a YouTube video that's designed at helping kids be more secure. I watched a video. It's pretty cool. All right, so Not a Deep Fake says, I have a question. We're going through and filming this week's video on cybersecurity for kids this week. InfoSec can be your superpower. Does anyone have ideas for next week's video? Yeah, Not a Deep Fake. Number one video you should make, in my opinion, Scams for Fortnite and Roblox scams, taking the kids off platform. Dude, I saw a video where some, big Twitch streamer was telling kids to send their credentials to him and he would log in as their account and feature their account live on stream. Like, educate kids on not falling for scams around Roblox and Fortnite and Minecraft, okay? So Dr. Finest says they can do it. I think we got a volunteer already. Sam Smig says, where do I look for SOC jobs and what are 3 certs you think should have being a SOC analyst? All right, so Sam, rapid fire. SOC analyst jobs. I mean, the easy answer is LinkedIn and like dice.com and USA jobs. The actual 1,000 level IQ brain explosion answer is networking. That's where you find SOC jobs. Literally, I'm just going to give you, this doesn't help with a SOC job, Sam, but literally, and she's in chat right now. I know she's in chat. Literally 2 days ago, someone called me, a good friend, and they're like, hey, they're cleaning house at my job. Like, they're firing lots of people. Basically, there's like a political shift. There's a schism. Anyways, they're like, we need a senior level GRC person, right? Who's done this, and this. Okay. And I said, all right, it happens all the time. People reach out to me all the time. I'm like, all right. And I thought about it for a minute and I remembered 2 days before somebody reaching out to me and explaining a job interview that they had and how it went and all this other stuff, which told me I know that person's interviewing. I know that person personally, and they're very senior and very GRC and very awesome. And I said, hey, I DM'd him. I said, hey, I just found out about a crazy cool opportunity with a great group. You in? And that person was like, no, actually, I'm really pumped for where I am. I was just opportunity just kind of presented itself. So that kind of fizzled out. But my point is, Sam, the job that I'm talking about, it's the person hasn't even been let go who has that job, let alone the job rec's been posted. You feel me? Networking is super valuable. That's why I push the Simply Cyber Community Challenge. That's why networking is so valuable. All right, as far as 3 certs, SEC Plus, CYSA Plus, and then, some vendor specific one like Splunk, Graylog, whatever. In SOC, it's not really about certs. It's about practical skills. Can you read, can you tune a detection? Can you, pivot within a SIM? All these things. Marcus G, we got a super chat. Rex, super chat.
Welcome to the party.
Oh my God, Jerry.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Oh my God, that's a spicy take. Rex says, doesn't teaching kids about avoiding scams mean they wouldn't be playing Roblox or Fortnite in the first place? LOL. All right, thanks for the super chat, Rex. My company doesn't care much about cybersecurity. What's a good way I can pitch to them the importance at the same time pitch myself for a position? In other words, I want to create the position. I like that. Marcus. What I would start saying is if they don't care about cybersecurity, I would just kind of soft power move, start presenting awareness and education around incidents that are relative to your industry or relative to your business or relative to your region, say, or relative to the individual personally, right? Say, there was a story recently about Android malware, something like 200 million or 2 million apps or something like that were found to be malicious. Just fire that off. Maybe, get permission or get whatever to be able to send awareness messaging out. Hey, everybody, just want to let you know, be careful when you're downloading Android apps. 2 million malicious ones are out there. Kind of put yourself out there as the person who's sharing valuable information, security awareness information, and slowly start migrating that way. You can also, anytime here's another one, right? Anytime that there's going to be you're going to, get going with another vendor, or your business is looking to collaborate or whatever, signing up for insurance, there's going to be security questionnaires that come in and they suck to fill out, right? Because they're like 45 pages or they're like a bunch of Excel sheets or whatever. Volunteer, lean into the suck. Be the person that the business says, oh yeah, I don't know what this is. This has to do with cybersecurity. Send it to Marcus. Marcus is always doing it. Slowly be the person that they think of when cyber comes in, and then eventually you'll be like, hey, the cyber thing's like a lot of work. We gotta make it full time here. That's what I would do. Okay. You don't need certs for SOC. Yeah, I agree. I only said Sec Plus because that's an HR thing. I said CYSA Plus because that is like the closest to like a SOC analyst cert that they do. Kyle Duerfler. Very cool. I'm glad I got it right. I'm going to go a little rapid fire here. Eddie says, Gerald, can you give me any advice on how to become an AppSec engineer? AppSec engineer, you definitely need to get familiar with the CI/CD pipeline, DevOps, right? Modern software engineering, application development resides in the CI/CD pipelines. So get familiar with that. Also, you might want to, there's a couple different ways to go about this, Eddie. One, obviously, be aware of like basic fundamental information security. Get familiar with the CI/CD pipeline. Get familiar with like application security hacking, right? So go watch some bug bounty videos. Go watch some API hacking videos. Like understand how attackers attack apps, okay? By the way, you might want to jump on the Verizon data breach incident report that just dropped today, because web apps was like the number one compromised kind of initial attack vector. The attack vector isn't the web app, but like web apps as a attack surface is what's being attacked mostly right now. I'll drop one more like valuable thing. Move my French press. Naomi Buckwalter. Naomi Buckwalter did this talk at Wild West Hackin' Fest last year. I don't know whether Wild West. I would much prefer to link to the Wild West Hackin' Fest talk if it is out there. If anyone from Anti-Siphon or Black Hills is in chat right now, if Naomi Buckwalter's DevOps talk from Wild West Hackin' Fest 2023 is on YouTube, please link it to me so I can share it. But anyways, she gave the same talk at Wild West Hackin' Fest. I'm going to drop a link in chat. This is a really, really heady video on how to basically collaborate with the engineers in a DevOps world and be more secure. Eddie27, I just dropped a link in chat. All right, let's keep going here. Yeah, hey, not a deep fake. How to lock down your social profile is a great idea for kids video. Zach Morrison, still trying to find my first security job. Down to either trying out as a SOC analyst or put the GRC field. So SOC analyst and GRC are both in demand. I argue GRC is getting more in demand, but you can find MSSPs that have SOC jobs. SOC jobs grind up and chew and spit out people because there's a lot of like mental health stuff. But because of that, they have good onboarding programs. Go talk to Jess Bishop, Stacy Loki, Tom Pike about Expel. I don't think Jess is at Expel, but my point is, like, just go look at MSSP, SOC analyst jobs. You can get it. I'm a huge fan of GRC. You don't get called at 2 a.m. when you work in GRC. Just saying. I cannot. Yeah, Tim Astris. I know. I saw that before. Yeah. I'm not sure what to do with that. Lee Mueller. It seems like most cyber jobs that I'm being offered are contract positions. I'm with my current company for 10 years. Is this the norm for cyber jobs? No. Most jobs are not contract positions. And I would be leery, guys. I would be leery. Like professional services where you work for like a Booz Allen and they get contracts and you go. It's different than like 1099 contract work. I would not quit my job to do a contract work thing, right? 3 months, 6 months. Too much risk for me. Too dicey. Sussy sus. Becky Gaylord, still interested. Yeah, let's look, Becky. I'm going to look at your profile really quick, Becky. And then we can connect offline. Let me look really quickly. All right, so Becky Gaylord's LinkedIn profile right off the rip says strategic infosec and privacy leader. Becky, those are the things. I'm looking at your profile in real time right now. Give me a second. 13 years at consulting. All right, I'm looking at Becky Gaylord's profile right now. Yeah, senior GRC stuff, internal facing. This could be a good fit. Could be a good fit, Becky. Ping me afterwards. Actually, you know what? I'll fire you. I'll fire your link over to that person, and we can see where it goes. See, networking 101. Becky Gaylord just got a direct connection because Becky's in my network, and Becky's awesome. Also, squad member. All right. Oh yeah, Port Swigger Academy is definitely a great place. Eddie 27 to get learning. All right. Ima Akawara says, can one really go from taking your GRC masterclass to a job as a SOC analyst? No, my class is a GRC analyst masterclass, not a SOC analyst masterclass, Ima Akawara. My GRC class is a great, I think it's a great education, but it doesn't teach you how to be a SOC analyst. It's not going to teach you how a SIM works or what you're looking for or how to respond to a phish. GRC is a very distinct, different role in an information security program from a SOC analyst. And that's okay. Dude, I love SOC analyst. Eric Capuano, my BFF. I love high-fiving that dude. Whitney Champion, BFF. Love high-fiving her. But my school, Simply Cyber Academy, I've said this for a little while now, and I'll continue to lean into it. My school is where you go for all things GRC. SOC, not my school. Can you give someone advice as to where I should start learning networking and certificates? Yeah, Guava JD. Guava JD. Let's do this really quickly live on stream. There's Becky. All right, so Guava JD. You see this this thing right here? Check this out. Oh my God. This is simplycyber.io/pivot. Okay, so go there. Did that work? Oh my God. Okay, so Guava JD, go here. simplycyber.io/pivot. Why? Because you're going to get, I'm going to email you this. This is the cheat sheet. Okay? You scroll down. This is literally a collection of resources to learn networking. And in addition to these resources to learn networking, I also made a video that you can only get here. It's not on YouTube, but I do have a video for that where I literally walk you through those resources in the video and explain to you what you do and where you go and how you consume those resources, okay? All of them. I go through all of them. Okay? So that's what I would say, Guava JD. I'm not just giving you some random URL. I give you a bunch of resources and explain to you how to use them. Let's go. All right, Eric Taylor has left the building. All right. What time is it, guys? 9:23. I got 7 more minutes. I won't eat on stream, but I will tell you that I'm going to plow a breakfast bar as soon as we get off stream, because I've got a pot of coffee flopping around in an empty stomach, and it's starting to give me it's starting to make me unhappy. All right, Cyber Hamburglar. I found a lot of value in the Hack the Box Academy SOC analyst path. $8 a month, able to be done in 2 to 4 weeks. There you go. Cyber Hamburglar dropping some knowledge. Hack the Box Academy SOC analyst if you're looking to get SOC skills. Stonesfin, which I think is that Robert? Hey Jerry, had a friend reach out about a website offering some Bitcoin if they signed up for a new crypto wallet. What's the best way to check out the website wallet to see if it's malicious? Ooh, it's really hard to do that.
I'm a crypto evangelist. I love it, love it, love it.
Stones fan, I'm not really sure how to check out that stuff because the thing is the website might be legit and like the way that they screw you over is like get access to your wallet and then steal your money, right? So like it's not like necessarily malware or whatever. I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't know. I try to avoid crypto, and I know if JMod, aka Justin Gold, is in chat, maybe he can answer that since he's our resident water / crypto expert. Is Justin Gold in chat? Can we? Bob Powers, you there? Marcus Kyler, you get the Bob Powers? If you get the Bob Powers reference, please let me know in chat. I love the deep cuts. Deborshi Kashyap says, I'm pursuing Bachelor of Arts degree and recently obtained Google Cyber Cert. Can I land a security job? You can land a security analyst job. It will be difficult. Okay, so this is one of those things where like, yes, what you're doing is right. And depending on the organization, you can land an entry-level security job. Having said that, what you've done so far, just based on this comment, right? I don't know what else you've done as far as like labs, networking, etc. There will be 1,000 people applying for the same job. And while what you've done is good, and I hate to be so real, but like, you know, I'd be doing you a disservice if I just told you what you wanted to hear. What you've done so far, bachelor's degree, Google Cyber Cert, it's not enough to differentiate you as a candidate. You will need to do lab work. You'll need to capture that on your resume. You will need to network and possibly find access to opportunities that are not published. If you just have a bachelor's degree and just have a Sec Plus or just have Google Cyber Cert, and you apply to an entry-level job that's like public online, like on LinkedIn, you're competing with hundreds, if not thousands of other candidates who may have done the lab work, who may have done more, who may have more experience, right? So just being real, it's very competitive, okay? Luke Canfield says, would just like to say we had a meeting of public speaking masters yesterday on Discord. Our next meeting will be 28th of May. So shout out to the public speaking forum. If you didn't know, on Simply Cyber's Discord server, there is a group that meets the last Tuesday of the month every month to work on public speaking. If you didn't know that, you could see on the Simply Cyber official events calendar, it's right here. Go to Simply Cyber.io and check out the events calendar. But the next one is going to be, let me jump to May 28th. Oh, look at that. May 28th, right there on the calendar. Thanks, Luke Canfield. Don't be shy. Public speaking, huge valuable asset to be able to do. Jenny Housley says, what's the best entry-level job? Cyber Eddie says, what's the best entry-level job if I want to go and become a red teamer other than SOC? Penetration tester, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think there's a lot of there's a lot of diversity in jobs on the offensive side, right? Like you're a penetration tester. You could be a physical penetration tester. You could be a network penetration tester. You could be a web application penetration tester. But on that side of the house, they're just penetration testers, right? Sometimes you might be like an exploit developer, but in reality, that's just a skill that you use in your penetration or in your red team operations. Since you said entry level, I would not look for red team. Red team is a more senior role. And if you want to become a red teamer long term, that's not an entry level job. So what I would say is go become a penetration tester or get into web app sec, bug bounties, right? And build up that repertoire. Go check out TCM Academy's PNPT. That's a good one for getting offensive security jobs. But yeah, penetration testers where it's at, Cyber Eddie. Okay, so looks like we've exhausted all the questions in chat, which always feels good. I always feel bad. I always feel bad when I don't get to everyone's question. I feel like I've done you a disservice. So sock is blue. Yeah, 100%. Kimberly from the couch. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so really quickly, let me tell you this, guys. The Verizon data breach incident report. Oh, it's so hot.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
I'm trying to make a like the infographics, guys. I'm trying to make a YouTube video on the Verizon data breach incident report, like how to use it, my top findings, why I love it as my annual report. Like, guys, you want to know, like, just like I'm like, and this for the kids in here, Pearl, Kennedy, this isn't going to make sense. And actually, you youngs, this might not make sense either since you guys live a digital life. But back in the day, we had paper. The Verizon data breach incident report, just short of having it where you turn it sideways and it unfolds to a, you guys picking up what I'm putting down? That's where Verizon data breach incident report is. Kimberly's way off the couch now. Love it, love it. Jason Bagwell, you're welcome. FedEx, I did not put it through GPT, actually. I didn't do that yet. I'm consuming it. Guys, like the Verizon data breach incident report is like a filet mignon. You put it on my plate in front of me. I'm going to savor it. I'm going to enjoy it. Dominic Espinoza says, hey, Jerry guy, what's the best entry job in IT cyber blue team to get my foot in the door? SOC analyst, all day long. SOC analyst. Robert Linares, quick question for everyone. I interviewed for a position. It's been put on hold due to a budget review. Is this a bad sign? No, it's not a bad sign, unfortunately. It's a reality of it's just a reality of business, right? Budgets, Q4, I would say it's a bad sign in the sense that I would consider the job not available anymore, right? That's a bad sign. Because like Robert Linares and everybody in chat, like you apply for a job and they're like, oh, it's on hold for budget. Like, so what am I supposed to do? Stand here with my, your budget hold in one hand and poop in the other and see which one fills faster? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not waiting on you. Plus, like, budget seasons, I will say this. So there's two kinds of, and this is getting a little bit deeper into the business. For you youngs and for you people new to industry, you may not know this, but like budgets are basically fiscal year or calendar year. So budgets, a lot of times will finalize at the end of June and the new budget year starts July 1st. Now, when the budget starts July 1st, that's when the money that you've been allocated is distributed to you, or a portion of it. But it's not like on June 30th, you're like, oh, I just spent my last dollar. Let me think about what I need for the next fiscal year. Here's my budget. No. Budgets are put in like April, February, March, April. You put in your budgets because the business needs to look at all the budget requests across the entire business and then figure out where they're allocating money based on revenue generated the previous year, right? So like, are they even going to have money to fund projects? And so obviously infosec, here's the deal. Wherever you are, Robert, infosec put in a request for a position in like March. They were probably told tentatively that you've got it. Now, as the bean counters get ready to like finalize things for fiscal year 25, which is July 1st, they're like, hey, we don't have budget for that position. So when they say budget review, they'll review it, but I might ask them legitimately, like, hey, how do you feel the chances of this happening? Because I would identify them on a human level. I'd be like, listen, I've got another job opportunity that I'm looking at. I really like your opportunity. I really want to work with you, but I've got another opportunity. I've got to do what's right for me. Give me some insight into what you can see on this budget review. Also, fun fact, Robert Linares, the infosec office, depending on the size of the organization, obviously, but mid-size and larger, they're not going to have insight into what the CFO and CEO are deciding on budget. So they could be told, oh, no, it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. And then they don't get the budget. I've seen that happen multiple times. In fact, you actually see it happen, unfortunately, with promotions and pay raises. The number of times I've been told or had to tell people like, hey, I know we talked about promotion, but the budget, the revenues didn't work. We can't give you the 3%, 5% pay raise that we agreed upon because of budget. It's total trash, honestly. All right, let's go. Oh shoot, I went way over, 9:34. Nerman Zlatnovic with the super chat.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Nerman says, Dr. Ozier, what are the best practices for securing VPNs to prevent unauthorized access, and how can orgs ensure their configurations are up to date? All right, so great question, Nerman. So VPNs, one, make sure that the actual VPN concentrator where people are terminating into the organization is kept up to date as far as firmware and patch level and stuff like that. That's number one. Number two, shut off all, this is all the basic stuff, but number two, shut off any services you don't need. Number three, make sure that the administrator access to the VPN concentrator is, not like either is using certificates to authenticate to or requires MFA. Make sure that end users MFA, since we're talking about preventing unauthorized access, make sure that you require multi-factor authentication for anybody connecting in. Make sure that you don't have some side channel VPN that vendors can log into, right? So those are the things. Final question, because now my stomach's like chewing on my spine, wanting to know where that breakfast bar is, I promised. Deborshi Kashiap says, what's it like working as a cybersecurity? Is there a lot of workload? Oh, bro. Let me, yeah, okay, and BSEC also adds the security rules on the VPN, like conditional access. Like, if everybody should be coming in from the United States, don't allow anybody from outside the United States. And then if, like, Carl from sales travels to Cambodia for, like, a work trip, you don't get access and you got to put in a request. Okay. The question is, what's it like working in cyber? Is there a lot of workload? Yes. There's a ton of work. This is the final thing. I have 40-second answer on this. The whole thing about cybersecurity is there's a ton of work and you're constantly getting piled on. Threat actors change their techniques. We have to worry about all the things they used to do plus all the things that they're now doing. We have to work with IT to make sure they're keeping stuff up to date. We got to work with application owners, make sure they're patching and not misconfiguring. We got to work for the business, make sure they're funding. We've got to stay current on all the topics. We've got to work with less staff and less resources than we actually need because we're underfunded. Because if we do our job really well, then it looks like we don't need to get funded because there's no problems happening, which is a really catch-22 for infosec in the business. I will tell you that it is one of the things that turns people off to cyber. I will bathe in cyber work all day, every day. I love cybersecurity, okay? And I'm not saying that you don't, Deborshi. I'm just saying this blanket to everybody out there. If you're not a lifelong learner and you don't like working a lot, then cybersecurity may not be a good field for you because it is relentless. Vigilance is paramount. You don't get, especially if you're working in SecOps, you don't get to take time off, really, right? Like Justin Gold took time off a couple weeks ago, and like he came back to like an avalanche of work. Okay, it's just the reality. It's just the reality. And by the way, if you work in SecOps, SOC analyst, great entry level job, you get hit on Christmas Eve. Guess what? You don't say, oh, it's a holiday, I'm on vacation. Like, you all hands on deck, right? Oh, it's Saturday and you had plans? Sorry. Okay. So that's what's up with that. Guys, it's been a great show. Thank you all so very much. Shout out to the entire mod team. Really appreciate everything that they're doing. Obviously, really quickly, Deborshi Cash App says, what's the difference between VPN and VPC? Two wildly different things. VPN, just look at the last letter, okay? N is network, C is computer, essentially, right? So, like virtual private network, it's like how people remote into an internal network. VPC, I'm pretty sure it's like virtual private computer. I might be getting that wrong. Let's get that right. Yeah, a virtual private cloud. Maybe I am getting this wrong. So VPN, so I dorked it up. I'm sorry. VPN is basically where you remotely and securely connect into your internal network. Virtual private cloud is basically a cloud instance that you control and have a lot more control over, almost like infrastructure as a service versus using platform as a service, right? So think of VPC as kind of like the entire cloud instance and N as the network instance. And everybody, sorry, I got one wrong. I don't know everything. And that's why I Googled it. Bruisin' Hacks, good to see you. Have a great day, everybody. I'm Jerry, your chat. I hope you enjoyed it. It's Wednesday, May 1st, 2024. Until next time, everybody, stay secure. I hope you enjoyed the Jaw Jacking. Be sure to check out the Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Briefing happening every single weekday morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., where you can get the top cybersecurity news stories of the day, network with other professionals, and then stay for the Jaw Jacking just like you saw. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. See you in the next one.